All right, hear me out for a second. You know that quiet satisfaction you get when a setup just does what you ask without drama? That's exactly what it feels like living with the Phantom 2.0. This is for the kind of person who values reliability over hype. You don't need flashy promises, you want a machine that shows up every day and delivers. You've already learned that chasing the latest isn't always the smartest move. What you recognize now is balance, stability, and gear that earns your trust through use. Before you settle in, check the current price and availability. Systems like this tend to float under the radar, and when they're gone, they don't always come back the same way. You knew it was time to upgrade when your old tower started feeling fragile. Stutters during matches that should be been smooth. Long boot times that broke your momentum. That nagging feeling that you were babysitting your computer instead of enjoying it. Nothing catastrophic, just enough friction to remind you that you move on. The shift after switching is subtle but powerful. You press the power button and it is ready. Games launch cleanly. Everyday tasks feel immediate instead of negotiated. There is a calm confidence knowing the system isn't going to surprise you in the middle of a session. Real life with it is where it shines. Casual and competitive gaming feels stable and predictable. Late-night sessions don't turn into troubleshooting marathons. You rebrowsing, streaming, chatting, maybe editing a clip on the side, and the system stays composed. It feels dependable, like it is built to work with you instead of constantly needing attention. What you start to appreciate most isn't raw power, it as consistency. Once you experience a setup that doesn't fight you, going back feels impossible. Halfway through, it is smart to glance at stock again. Machines like this disappear quietly, and hesitation is usually what costs people the deal. If you second guessing because it is not chasing cutting-edge specs, flip the perspective. This isn't about flexing, it is about function. The surprise benefit is how stress-free ownership feels. You stop tweaking. You stop worrying. You just use it. There is pride in owning something that feels purposeful, solid, honest. You didn't buy noise, you bought capability you can rely on. Gaming feels steady and predictable. Everyday tasks stay fast and smooth. Startup and loading feel effortless. Sessions stay focused and interruption-free. You trust it to just work. It is not a showcase monster. Hardcore ultra settings have limits. Eventually, the comparison loop breaks. You realize every weaker option feels like compromise, and every pricier one feels unnecessary. You keep coming back here because it already fits what you need. Don't let this turn into one of those upgrades you put off and wish you'd done sooner. Check the price while it is available, trust your experience, and choose the setup that quietly proves itself every single day.